Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to Farthest Frontier once more. Now this was probably one of my biggest surprise releases last year, a beautiful survival city builder, probably the best that came out in the last year. And I actually already had 2 let's plays and it's been almost a year. Lots of patches hit the game and I'm ready for another playthrough and I hope you are too. Without further ado, let's go right into a new settlement and we're going to play around here with the settings more than ever. We're going with the VANQUISHER difficulty, of course, so hardest settings that you can go with resource-wise. Maladies, so sickness, raider attack, so we're going to have several of them per year, and also wildlife is going to be really aggressive with wolves and bears attacking us constantly. This is going to be fun, I hope. And the name of the town, of course, is going to be Sleepy Hollow once more, the classic. And terrain-wise, we're going to go completely random, adding a bit of difficulty there again, because we really don't know what's awaiting us. We can have some flatland, we could have mountains, we could have hills and rivers, and we could also have all of it together. So let's go ahead and choose a random terrain. No pacifist mode, of course. Medium size is fine to me because this kind of like makes the whole thing a bit compact. And of course we're going to try and build up a massive city. At least surviving until tier 4 would be my primary goal here. We'll see if we can do this. These are the settings. I hope you're going to enjoy this one. I also want to thank all my supporters, be it YouTube members or Patreon supporters. You guys are amazing. Thank you for directly supporting me as well, besides just watching the videos, of course. Go, 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 go. Now, here we are finally on a new map, and let's just have a quick look around. Oh my goodness, we're starting on top of a very giant peak, a mountain right there, where my villagers are aimlessly wandering around right now, thinking about themselves, is this really the spot that was shown on the map? No, of course it's not. We're going to have a look around on the map itself. A lot of it is revealed right now in the opening stage of the game, so we can see some resources right away. And I can see that we have some coal close by that I can see, iron we have. Also probably, a lake. A lake is very good for fishing, especially with some herbs on it. We get an infinite clay deposit here, but that's a problem because we cannot use infinite clay until later stages of the game. And there's also an infinite sand mine available. No, wait a second. This is an infinite sand mine, and this one is a big clay mine, that is. Then we got some deer over there. So I'm going to like this area here actually more and more. We have in the back we have the mountain, right? We got some hunting grounds close by, and we got the lake. So let's go ahead and yeah, I think this is going to be our first location. We can quickly also check out the fertility up there. We got some fertile area here. Yeah, not that great. Not that great. There is a bit of a better one available to us, so this would be fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and have it here in this area. And thus, Sleepy Hollow has been founded. And my villagers are now going to start with the construction of our very first building. The sorry souls that are joining us, it's 10 of them in total. Some women, some men, no children at the moment. They all have their own names, their own hopes. They just think to themselves, how long are we going to survive this? It's the end of winter right now, early spring year 1. Cold temperatures at the moment, a light breeze in the air. And we need to, of course, quickly get cracking on some industry and building. Now, we do have the lake down here. I would really like to use this for some basic fishing. Let's get cracking with the first road then as well. Let's have this road going away from our town center there, more or less. And I'm not going to build anything too close to the town center because I'm expecting fast raider attacks and we are going to need to defend that town hall then as well. So let's get started on some roads. And yeah, they of course have to prioritize the town hall. Let's also start chopping down some trees in the area that we have. So this one, there we got some trees and some stone here as well, right? And my villagers are going to gather those very first resources. We also have a storage card over there. There's some basic materials in it, like some tools, some weapons, some bows, and also a bit of food, right? That lasts us for 4 months, and then we are out of it. Let's get this a bit over here, a bit more central, where it is moving while my villagers continue with the construction. It's really important that we finish that town center quickly, because until then, no other construction really is possible. We need to get this one started first. Very good, we have all the wood in, so now the construction itself can begin. And while that is on its way, we might also have a look at my first food production. Now, as I said already, there is a lake down there, and the lake is just really good for some basic early fishing. So I can go ahead and have my fishing hut somewhere here in this area. Oh, wait a second, let's get it a bit further over there, because I think this is where we are starting with the first houses then. So let's have the fishing over here, together with a hunting cabin. Have this one right next to it. There you go. So these very two basic things first. Have this road going over to them, because there's also some deer sighted. I think it was also, yep, over there we also have some deer, so it might be a good idea to build us a second hunting cabin then. We will also need some herbs for treating wounds and stuff like that, so a gathering cabin or a forager shack is also another one of my priorities right now. And we, of course, we're going to just have them all together here. We also have that shack right over there. So these three, we can always, and that's the cool thing, relocate buildings for free whenever we wish to, regardless of the difficulty. So that's going to help us out with the city development. And right now, though, it's a bit more important to me to get things up quickly and also to have them close together. So walking distances are small or short. Alright, we have 8 available. I might also increase my builder slots in my work tab, because we want to finish those really quickly. There it's coming up. Also, let's just chop down some more stuff here. All these trees. It's getting warm now. Late spring, moderate temperatures. And there it is. Also my first profession building, the fishing shack. We can now assign the work area a bit further down here to the lake. Here we do get plus 40% fishing area, and we do have 322 fish available to us on this lake. We haven't discovered more than that at the moment, so we'll need to do some scouting later on. The rest of the buildings are going to take some time here because there's lots of trees. Of course, the first goal also for the year 1 is to get everybody into a house, right? And to also produce some firewood. So let's go ahead and have us the next building right away, and that would be the firewood splitter. Let's have another road going a bit further into this area. And then also this road over there. There you go. And then also we can have here the first firewood splitter. Let's keep a bit of a distance here so we do have room for more roads then. Firewood splitter. And we will also need some basic storage. That is the stockyard. And I'm going to have this close to the town hall because we want to protect all of them together, right? Probably need a guard between them though. So let's just have this one somewhere here, right next to it. Also, the hunting cabin is finished. We have the deer over there, so let's start the hunting. Wait a second. It's only 1 level deer, alright. It shows us 2 levels, so that's that, but we'll just see. There's more deer on that side. Right, starting with the hunting. It's still only 1 tier, alright, no idea. At least some food production starting now. What we can also see is that food is spoiling in 2 months. So in the next 2 months, 2/3 of my food are going to be spoiling. So that's a problem, of course, because we're running out of food this way if I don't work on some fast storage there. There it is, also my firewood splitter up and running now. Someone is going to be assigned to that automatically. So we still have 6 laborers available and 1 builder. Because of course workforce plays a vital role early on. And this jolly good fella will now chop down some trees or some logs to produce us firewood. And also very good, the stockyard has been finished. And here we can now stock then the firewood that we produce and also some raw materials like stone and stuff like that. Construction of the forager shack continues, and there's a few trees that we need to chop down. While that is happening, we can also work on the next storage building that I would like to add, and that is the root cellar right away. As quickly as possible, really, because we do need a safe mean of storing my food, and the root cellar is perfect because it's cool in there and food lasts longer. So let's have the food cellar or the root cellar somewhere up over here. It does not need to be protected as far as I'm aware. We can still protect it though too. Yeah, let's actually protect this one on top. Right, and then there's still the storehouse as well that I would like to have, and we can easily squeeze it in then in this area as well. And then we would have our storage facilities together. People are not very happy right now. So this is of course also playing a vital role for our motivation. Right now they're really unhappy because there's no housing for them, right? And they don't like this so much. But don't worry, we're going to provide. There's also some logs now being stored. Very good. And there's a dead tree here. Yep, chop it down. We don't need that dead tree. Alright, there it's also finished. We have the forager shack. Very important building, really. Food and herbs that we can get this way. For now, though, let's start with the berries. The willow will play an important role. There's some cabbage over there and berries. So I think this is my first area. Might just have a look there and scout this area because I'm pretty sure there were some herbs here, right? Scouting, of course, is dangerous. There could be some wild animals. Construction of the root cellar continues. Lots of building materials are required for this one. And the firewood splitter has wood. Very good. And we can start preparing for the winter because we're going to need a lot of firewood to last us through the cold season. One of the braver souls, who are you here? Osman, he's going for some scouting. I could swear I've seen some herbs here. Unfortunately, it does not seem the case. That's a problem for us. Okay, there's no herbs. Or there is some herbs, a patch of herbs down here. So let's go ahead and get that forager over into this area so that we can also gather herbs, because that's going to be pretty important. Very good. Also some 20 firewood in stock now. I think we do need around 100 before winter hits, so she has to work now continuously. I might also prioritize chopping down some more trees, so that we get the wood out of that. And whenever someone has some free time, they're going to do this. And we do have 6 right now available, 6 laborers. Also, of course, we should focus on getting rid of some of these rocks, like this one and this one, to get some additional stone in. These are the most important resources for us at the moment. And Tristan here, he is going to gather now, and hopefully also some herbs that he can find. He's also going to passively scout the area there as well. Now what I can see, food production has started in full swing. We are producing lots of meat here, also some pelts, tallow that we are getting from the deer. The fish is in, and also the first herbs and vegetables are in. What we still need to do here is also, besides storing it safely, processing it safely, especially the meat. And we can do this in a smokehouse. Once again, it requires me quite a lot of resources. I mean, 8 stone at this stage is a lot. But we are going to need this. So let's go ahead and build this one. Now, with the smokehouse, it's like the firewood splitter. They create noise and pollution, and they're having a very negative impact on everything that surrounds them, or that is in the surrounding area, especially housing, right? So I do need to keep a bit of a distance here to my housing district then. Let's go ahead and have this one right next to the firewood splitter up there. And the food is then getting over here to my root cellar. Now what I will also need to start now, since we are in early autumn, I need to start with the housing. So let's go ahead and have me the first blocks. And we can really start here. I'm going to start here, not here, because there is some rocks and it'll take longer to get rid of the rocks, right? And I definitely want to build those houses here quickly. We're also going to prioritize them, because I'm a bit late, to be honest. It's early autumn and they definitely still need to move in and also stock them up. Another thing that we need to provide right away also is some water in a well, in a basic well. Once again, very expensive building that is, because yeah, we honestly do need stone for that. Let's just have it somewhere here for the moment, right? A bit central, because the industry and the people will need it. Of course, we can build several wells though, but for now, let's just have one. Yeah, I guess right there is fine. To also prioritize the well, because we do need water. And let's not prioritize these rocks anymore. they're automatically chopping it down anyway when they need it for construction. And let's just really make sure that we're getting those houses finished before winter hits. And it's getting close, as we can see. At least the firewood is looking fine. Yeah, it's late, but the first house is going to come up now, just at the beginning of winter. Also, the well is coming along, and the root cellar has been finished as well. We got 7 months of food, 9 months of food, so it's very important that we finish the root cellar here early on. The well we have, perfect. Water now, production is up and running. I wonder though why they're not really prioritizing those houses, especially since I am putting the prioritizing on it. And they continue to cut down some stone here, so this is not that great of a prioritizing thing, but okay. Have it your way. I'm not expecting to lose people right away. So there's 4 that can seek shelter in one of these. And we have 10, so we need to have 3 of these here early on. The next house is coming up. And of course, these houses have their own inventory then. So, you know, they're storing then water, firewood, meat, food, and also some medicine here. The second house is up. Very good. We have at least 8 spots available now. I'm a bit late, really, that there's still this house here waiting. But for some reasons, they are prioritizing other things before using the prioritized spot. But okay, that's fine. Do we still have enough logs that we chopped down? Yes. Alright, it's winter, so the fishermen will not be able to work now. We have not that much food, but it's going to be fine, really. So the lake is freezing now, as we can see, so he will not be able to work. So we can actually reassign someone from the forager shack and from the fishermen, right? So they're not going to work now, and they rather help on other things, so that we have a few more laborers available there. The firewood splitter can continue to work. And as we can see also, the mood, the villager happiness is improving now. And yeah, there it is. Deadly cold winter. And also the construction of the last house is finished. Just on time, really. And more people would like to join me. We need to have at least 4 months of food supply and 6 houses. And then more people would join. And thus, the first year comes to an end. We have housing for everyone. We are now prepared for winter, which is going to last me a couple of months. We have the food for it. And yeah, we are alive. I think that matters the most. And year number 2 starts with freezing temperatures, but at least no snow anymore. The lake works again, so let's enable us the fisher. We have still 4 months of food, and as we can see, nothing is spoiling right now, thanks to all of it being now stored in the root cellar, and also, way more important, processed in the smokehouse, where we can now make smoked meat and smoked fish out of meat and fish with some firewood in addition. For year 2, we have some very clear goals right now. While the food supply is a bit fine now, my resources are not. So we need to also start with the next house, that is the storehouse. Stores a large amount of structured items or processed items that we have. Not the raw materials anymore, but things that are a bit more important to us when it comes to storage. So let's have this one somewhere over here, my storehouse. I want to make sure that we have this double road here. Even though in Farthest Frontier it's not looking that great, still we can have it as a main road. And then I will also need to have a few more houses, because as we know, people will only join me if I have enough houses. Let's build us the next one here, and then probably the next one as well right away. Since I'm expecting then a lot more people joining us with that expansion, let's have another one up here too. We do need a bit more food than already planned out for, and there's the deer over there as well that we can use just fine. So we are a bit lucky there with the deer resources that we have, the hunting grounds. This one is an exceptionally good one up there, so we can use this on top of it. Just also want to make sure that we're not spoiling any fertile area. This one here for farms then later. And there's also more fertile area down here. This one we're going to ignore because there I would like to have some city blocks. Down here we have another one then. Where there is my gatherer right now collecting cabbage. On this fine spring day. Oh, also, so it begins. We have the first villager born. Celebrate the name, or celebrate the new child, Boden, it's called. And Boden is now living in here right now. So this should probably be one of my most protected houses. Because, oh my goodness, children are the future, aren't they? Very good. With that, we have them. Who actually produced them? Rutholf. So he's the one, definitely. And then either we have Katra or Wen. I think it was Wen. She's way younger. Right, so they're living all together here now. It's getting a bit full, as we can see. We have one more slot available, so it's going to be very important that we finish those houses here soon. Also, of course, we need more workforce. The storehouse takes priority right now, though. There you go. With that, we are going to unlock a few more buildings that we're going to need. Especially also my sawmill. And there it is. A new building in all its glory. And what we can also have here then is, as we can see, a wall around that whole area, together with probably a watchtower here and a watchtower here. Because these are going to get raided quite often and quite soon. So we need to prepare for this. Alright, storehouse finished though. Very important cornerstone of the industry. Yeah, we don't have enough logs right now, so I might continue chopping down some trees. We don't have that much workforce anymore, right? Only 5 people that are doing basic stuff right now, like building and collecting. It's also interesting to have a look at each villager individually. So there we have Katra, for example. She's got some basic needs right now. And the cool thing is they also have an inventory, right? So she has clothes and shoes, and we need to produce all of that because it's going to wear down. She has some tools right now. Without that, she would be very inefficient. And she also has some food with her all the time to eat. The well over here is providing water in storage. We have 68 right now. Probably will need to build a second one soon. It is late summer, moderate temperature and moderate breeze. We got 13 months of food right now, so food production really is fine. And we can completely focus on expanding the village. That is these 3 houses here. Probably will also need to chop down some more stuff. Some more trees. Even though I love trees in this game, they're very detailed, adjust to the season, and regrow, of course, so I don't need to worry about running out of them. The next house is coming up. Two more to go, and then people should join us. There is also the first attack of wild animals. It's a bear. We need to make sure that we save this villager here. She's under attack. So I'm going to send in 2 of my villagers that are going to attack that bear. There you go. Oh. The bear is really chasing... Who is it anyway that we're chasing here? Anella. She's really being chased by this poor bear. Look at that. She probably goes down because it won't let go. Now it lets go. Perfect. And now it runs off again. Yeah, bears are no joke. Okay, it's running off. There's no reason to chase it. No use to it. We are just losing time here. It'll come back. And she's not looking that great right now. Anala, she doesn't have any wounds, so she's probably not going to die out of this. But she's heavily damaged, as we can see. She actually has a sword. Would have been able to defend her just fine. Another villager was born. Reina. And also 3 villagers joined. They were attracted by the growing prosperity of your town to increase the rate of immigration and ensure that you have surplus of food and housing available. That's that. Oh, and the bear, meanwhile, is completely gone into the darkness. There we have now the next child. Very good. Growing to 15. And with that, we also have more laborers available again. Now, it is mid-autumn. We could now start with the next production, and that would be my saw pit, and here we could process logs into planks. Once again, this is something that produces pollution. As we can see, if we get closer, we get a desirability penalty on these houses here, and since we want to upgrade those houses, it's best to not do this. So let's get the saw pit a bit further away, probably also here close to that smokehouse. Right here somewhere is a good location, and we can then just continue with that road in both directions here in my growing industrial zone that we have. Now it's also going to be very important to start the first farms then at some point. The first farm is going to take the longest. We should prepare for this early on because it's going to take a long time to really finish. But let's go ahead. Let's not go ahead of ourselves. Another thing we need to do right now is the tannery as well. Another very dirty building, and this is processing the fur and water to clothes, and we do need that as well. So let's go ahead and have our tannery here somewhere right next to my saw pit. So this is not an area you want to live in, but it's going to be an important area for us. I think we do have... No, we don't have any furs or pelts at the moment. Oh yeah, there we have him. 9. Took a bit of time to load. And they're of course coming out of the hunting cabin. That's why the hunting cabin is so important to us. Alright, mid-autumn, temperatures are going down, it's getting colder. People use firewood now more again, and they also rely on their clothing. Happiness though is fine. We have a perfect happiness at the moment, though we can see that shoes and clothes happiness is going down. We need to counter that again as well. Yeah, and we got lots of hands helping out right now with the construction. Construction of the last house is also on its way. We might actually consider building just the next one right away. We should never really run out of house construction. And with that, we got 24 housing spaces in total. Oh, an impending blizzard. Temperatures are dropping as a severe winter storm approaches. Hopefully your town is well stocked with firewood, as colder temperatures require villagers to burn more wood. Heavy snow can cause damage to buildings on top of that. So we have 138 firewood available right now. Let's actually assign a second person to the firewood splitter so we continue making more of it. This of course requires us to also chop down some more trees. So I should probably do that. There's the blizzard upon us. It's getting really cold out there now. Deadly cold temperatures. People move to their houses, finding shelter. No one is working now. And hopefully they all have firewood stocked. Also some garbage now, some waste is accumulating. This is going to be a new problem for us soon to tackle. I think we are well prepared for this blizzard, for this very first one. They're getting harder as the game progresses, of course. So there are the cold temperatures, moderate breeze, and it's the end of year 2. We have enough food. 6 new people like to join. We have the space for that, so let's accept them. And with that, yeah, we're growing rather quickly at the moment. Another 2 houses are now being filled up with people. We have 13 laborers available. Of course, the more people, the more food consumption, and the more firewood consumption, thanks to the housing. But having 2 splitters right now helps out a bit. The other ones continue with the construction of houses. And as we live through another winter, a bustling market would help generate gold and attract new settlers to our growing town. For the market, however, I'm pretty sure we are going to need planks. There it is, and we do need a saw pit first and then 50 planks. So this would be one of my major goals for year 3. The smokehouse is also busy. We have 9 months of food right now, but I would not rely on that too heavily. It's all smoked meat. There's some logs lying around here. 7 here, 2 here. So they're going to pick it up and get it to a construction site. And we do have a lot of them. So far so good. Another predator attacking, and the bear, it's probably the same bear again. Let's actually go in and attack it and try to kill it. Okay, there's a hunter too with a bow helping us out. Oh yeah, this bear is going down. Is it? It's fleeing again. It's so fast. It's fleeing again, yeah. We don't have any bows, unfortunately, to really take it down. There is another one over there. As they're moving closer to my village now. Let's try to take this one down. Yeah. Problem is they're really fast. So let's get my villagers back here. We will need a Fletcher building soon to produce some bows. And with that we will be able to take them down more easily. So far so good. I hope you enjoyed this one. End of year 2. We continue onwards in the next episode in Sleepy Hollow in Farthest Frontier Survival. Stay tuned.